Everybody, and welcome to my in5 series on the Apple iPad, where I cover a topic in about 5 minutes. Bugout reached out to me on Discord and asked what I had for plugins, or specifically for effects that I might suggest on the iPad for like audio unit stuff. And this folder is a mix of plugins for effects, instruments, and all kinds of other stuff. So I'm going to skip a lot of them, but just to give you guys like a quick overview of what I got here. It's like Glitch Core, super cool. It will take a incoming audio stream and chop it up and then rearrange it, and you can program it however you want. So it's going to function very similar to Scatter on the SP404 Mark II, but it allows you to do much more powerful things and change and reorder all kinds of content. So I would say if you're looking for something to like that's kind of like Scatter from the SP404 Mark II, but can like go to town and do all kinds of weird stuff like freeze events and re-trigger stuff or change the pattern that it's going to do for re-trigger, definitely check out Glitch Core. Bit Maestro is, I don't know, it's kind of a, I don't want to say knockoff, but it takes the Auto Bisui, and which I used to have, and turns it into a software effect. And the Auto Bisui was basically a 8-bit processor that would take a incoming audio stream, convert it to 8 bits, and then you'd have access to all 8 bits. You could choose to let the bit through, you could invert it, or you could turn it off. You could get some incredibly crunchy, awesome sounds and just degrade the heck out of samples and really abuse them. So if you're looking for like a NES, if you want to make your audio sound like a NES or like an Atari or something in that similar space, check out Bit Maestro. Really, really cool effect. Easy to overdo. And the thing I always tell people about when you're working in 8-bit in particular is most of those 8-bit systems would output multiple audio streams at 8-bit, and then they would be mixed in analog. So don't think to take a full mix and run it through an 8-bit effect, because it's going to sound terrible most of the time and just be very unrecognizable and hard to hear, especially if you start getting very extreme. But if you get an 8-bit processor and you just do one track at a time and then mix them in a higher bit resolution, it will sound much better and you'll have much better clarity. So anyway, definitely check that out. Mirac or Mirac, I don't know how you pronounce it. This is based off of the VCV Rack version 1 before it went into its own different weird licensing and whatever that happened for in VCV Rack 1, but got kind of changed even further in VCV Rack 2. So this is where, when it was open source before they closed it, and it has plenty of effects and things. It's also got instruments in it and like processors and all kinds of stuff, but it is definitely a nice little thing to have. You can build your own effects, and it's got, reverbs and granular stuff, and it's super fun to mess with and build your own stuff. So I'd say check it out. Similarly, maybe not similarly, Woot here is a super over-the-top compressor, and it is quite dynamic and will destroy just about anything you put through it. So if you're looking for something to destroy your sounds and make them sound really hard, check it out. Skip. TB Real, if I remember correctly, and I haven't opened it up in a while, but I believe it was it's a tape simulator where you can adjust the speed for things up and down, and I think you do like wow and flutter, but it's been a while. So I don't know. At least go read up on it. So Enzo is, I think, a similar thing. I think it's another tape and real kind of effect that might have a looper in it. I'm going to say Fly Tape, and I've got Fly Tape V2 here. They're kind of basic in some ways, but they do sound pretty good if you're looking for that cassette tape wow and flutter. If you're seeing a trend here, yeah, Low Fly Dirt is another one that's similar. It has like you just add like noise or different types of like some pitching and other effects. So I would say they're definitely worth checking out. RX 950, if you're looking for that 12-bit sound, especially for like it's aping the S950 quite a bit. I always tell folks, like, yes, they don't sound exactly the same as the original hardware. They might not be able to represent certain things that are happening exactly the same, but it is a really good facsimile. And once you start getting into a mix, it's pretty hard to tell the difference or even know like what certain instruments are sometimes or effects are sometimes. I mean, there's like certain classic things that you're like, oh, that's that. But especially when you're talking about samplers, like it's as good as whatever you put into it. So I wouldn't I don't know. I would check out RX 950. It's pretty good. Koala FX. If you've got Koala and uh, then you already know like all the effects that are in here. But if you don't have Koala and you're just looking for some like really quick performative effects, Koala effects is definitely worth checking out. It gives you like some sliders that you can touch. You can tell it whether you want it to hold different effects or go back to like a unaffected state after you let go. It's like the Chaos Pad style, but with a bunch of sliders. I like it. Um, let's see. The Bleece Slow Machine is it, basically it takes a audio buffer and slows whatever you throw at it down. Really cool. Don't need the news here. I would check it out. TB Bit Juggler is another one that allows you to kind of adjust the audio and sound. Kind of like I put it in the space of the Bit Maestro. What else we got here? Space Fields. Man, I haven't played this one in a while, and it was very strange and complicated. I think it's like a reverb of all reverbs, if I remember correctly, and just sound like I remember it sounding incredible, but I remember being like, I don't know how to control this thing either. So check it out. The guy that's made this has made a ton of other like just insanely powerful effects and um, sequencers and stuff. Definitely go check out what he's done. Um, let's see. I'm trying to think of what other stuff stands out here as I'm going through real quick. If you're looking at this, you probably know what some of these things are, but um, oh, the Moger Fogers, however you want to pronounce it. I used to own a lot of these as actual pedals, and I would say they do a pretty good job of sounding very similar. Um, I don't know how much you like, ring mods versus phasers. Like, to me, there's like tons of those, but like Murph is very interesting for how you can like kind of program in different frequency banks and have it sequence over them. The delay actually does a pretty good job simulating an analog delay. So, um, I would check some of those out. There's definitely some interesting things in there to play with. Um, and then the Eventide, you can get like this is a ridiculously expensive set of plugins to get on your computer. I don't own them on the computer, but they were cheap enough. I want to say it was like 80 or $100 when I got some of the bundles here from the Eventide plugins, and I got all of them. They vary in quality. Some of them I would say like you can get like other ones like the phasers and some of that stuff's kind of a dime a dozen in some ways. Some of it you can even just go find for free as an audio unit. But if you're just like, what is like the best Eventide plugin? I would say definitely check out Black Hole. It is an excellent reverb. It sounds great. It does a whole bunch of fun stuff. Last but not least, here, web audio. Somebody was pointed this out to me because I was complaining about the problems of trying to record audio in the iPad off of websites. This will launch as an audio unit and it has a browser in it. You can go point the browser at plenty of different websites and then stream audio from that website into your audio units setup, and it'll let you get a lot of sounds and effects over without having to go through so many like hoops of doing like screen recording or whatever stuff that you're doing to get your audio saved so you can load it up in like Koala or whatever. Anyway, that said, this is all the stuff that I've got. I actually probably own a whole bunch more and just don't have them installed anymore because I'm like, how many free reverbs do I need or how many free phasers do I need? So, besides that, I'd say check out Bleece Audio. I mean, like I got like some of their plugins here and stuff. Bleece, Bleass, has like a lot of really cool effects and synths out there. I'm sure there's plenty of other ones that I'm unaware of. I haven't really, this is probably the last time I looked at plugins and stuff on the iPad for audio unit stuff was probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. So anybody that's got any like leads on anything cool, like, or has any suggestions, like drop some stuff into the comment section. I'd love to like hear what you guys are playing around with or what you might think I might be into and should check out. I should probably get back into looking around and setting up stuff with like AUM or Loopy Pro or something and getting some fun stuff going on. Anyway, guys, thanks for stopping by. Keep making music. Keep having fun. Remember, if it sounds good, it is good. And peace.